John Okafor, better known as Mr. Ibu, was not just an actor, he was a phenomenon. He was one of Africa's most beloved comedy icons, a man whose very presence on screen could make millions burst into laughter. From London hits like Mr. Ibu in London, Police Request, Mr. Ibu and Sons, and countless others, John Okafor became a household name. His signature facial expression, clumsy moves, and witty humor turned him into a legend, not only in Nigeria but also across the world. He toured the United States, the United Kingdom, and other countries, becoming one of the most recognized faces in African comedy. He featured in over 200 movies, won multiple awards, and became one of the highest-paid comedy actors in Nollywood. But behind the laughter was a man hiding unspoken pain, a man who suffered in silence, a man whose life, as we are about to see, was a heartbreaking story of betrayal, loss, and tragedy. John Okafor was born in 1961 in a small village in Enugu State, Nigeria. His childhood was far from easy. He grew up poor, very poor. After finishing secondary school, tragedy struck. He lost his father, and with that, his dream of furthering his education died. Desperate to survive, young John left home for Sapele, Delta State to hustle. He did every job imaginable. He sold firewood, worked in a bakery, became a hairdresser, labored as a butcher, and even washed dead bodies in a mortuary. In later interviews, Mr. Ibu revealed that hope was the only thing that kept him alive in those dark days. Comedy became his escape from the pain of real life. In 1997, his luck began to change. He started getting small roles in Nollywood movies. He was no longer selling firewood, he was chasing a tree. Slowly, he began to climb the ladder in the film industry. But just as things were looking up, tragedy struck again. In the midst of his hustle, John became a father for the first time, a baby boy who he would later say was his entire world. But his joy was short-lived. One fateful afternoon, the boy was playing and laughing when he suddenly began crying, vomiting, and screaming in pain. He was rushed to the hospital, but within hours, he was gone. The doctor called it food poisoning, but Mr. Ibu believed it was deliberate, that someone poisoned his son. The death broke him. He fell into depression, withdrew from acting, and could barely eat or sleep. He once said, "My spirit left me that day." And as if that was not enough, he later lost his mother but could not even attend a funeral properly because he was on a movie set, still trying to make ends meet. But life in its strange way was about to give him a breakthrough. In the early 2000s, Mr. Ibu auditioned for a comedy film that would change his life forever. His natural foolishness and comic timing stunned the directors. He was given the lead role in Mr. Ibu in 2004, and it became a global sensation. His partnership with actor Osita Iheme, popularly known as Popo, created one of the most iconic duos in Nollywood history. Their movies, Mr. Ibu in London, Mr. Ibu and Son, Nine Wives, became instant classics. Mr. Ibu's fame skyrocketed. He flew first class, met presidents and governors, signed endorsement deals, and became one of Nollywood's highest-paid stars. Even at the height of his success, there were cracks behind the scenes. Mr. Ibu was extremely generous. He gave money to strangers, built houses for relatives, and trusted people too easily. His family, the people he loved the most, would later betray him in ways he could never have imagined. Mr. Ibu built a beautiful mansion in Lagos, but made a crucial mistake. He registered it under a relative's name, believing blood could never betray him. Years later, that relative legally took ownership and sold the house. Mr. Ibu walked away, refusing to fight in court. Soon, more betrayal followed. He entrusted his wife with finances, ATM cards, and accounts, but later accused her of taking money behind his back. In a shocking revelation, he also said publicly that his own wife tried to poison him. This was not the first time. He survived multiple poisoning attempts from relatives, strangers, and even kidnappers who forced poison into his mouth. He believed there was a spiritual attack on his life. As his health declined, he separated from his wife and moved to Abuja to find peace. There he met Jasmine, a young lady he had raised like a daughter after her father, a soldier, died. When Jasmine saw Mr. Ibu's condition, she was shocked. The once rich star was broke, sick, and begging for money to eat. Jasmine stepped in. She sent money, paid hospital bills, and later flew back to Nigeria to personally care for him. But this created a new war. Mr. Ibu's wife accused Jasmine of trying to take over her marriage, while Jasmine accused the wife of neglect and greed. The battle became public, with police arrests, social media scandals, and online insults. In the middle of it all, Mr. Ibu's health worsened. His leg developed gangrene. Instead of rushing him for proper medical treatment, some friends took him to a spiritual healer who worsened the condition. By the time he was returned to the hospital, it was too late. Doctor had no choice but to amputate his leg. The amputation did not end the drama. A public fundraising campaign raised over 100 million naira for his treatment, but this sparked another round of fighting over who controlled the money. Mr. Ibu became weaker. He stopped talking, stopped eating, and finally, on March 2, 2024, the man who made the entire continent laugh took his final breath. His body was laid to rest in his hometown, but his death left deep questions about loyalty, family, and how we treat our heroes. Mr. Ibu gave everything to comedy: his time, his talent, his money, and even his health. But in the end, he died surrounded not by peace, but by conflict. This is not just the story of a comedian. This is a cautionary tale, a lesson for men, for husbands, and for givers. If you are a man, protect your peace. If you are a giver, protect your future. And if you are married, be wise. And most importantly, do not wait until someone is gone before you show them love.